Okay, guys, please welcome Graeme McDowell to the Shaw Media Centre. Graeme, it's your first RBC Canadian Open since 2002, but with a win at the RBC Heritage earlier this year, maybe you could just tell us a bit about what it's like to be back here at the Canadian Open, and then we'll open it up for some questions.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, I guess, first time back here in 11 years, that makes me feel old. I guess this was probably only my third PGA Tour start as a rookie professional back in 2002. Played across at Angus Glen. I thought it was Glen Abbey, and then I had to Google it and kind of have a look, and found out that it was actually Angus Glen. So, obviously, great to be here again. My first season as an RBC ambassador. Got off to a nice start there at Hilton Head by winning the RBC Heritage, and it's a lot of fun to be here in Canada. I've had an amazing reception the last couple of days. I've met more people from Northern Ireland, I think, here the last couple of days than I generally do when I'm in Northern Ireland. So it's been cool, and like I say, a great reception. The golf course is fantastic. The rough is very gnarly. You got to keep the ball in play, and you got to control your ball on a tricky golf course. So a great field. Just excited to be here.
Great. So anyone has questions for Graeme, we'll pass your microphone.
Hi, Graeme.
Hey.
National championships. You've obviously played in a lot of them. You won the U.S. Open and just come off the British. I'm just wondering if in Canada, are you getting the feel of a National Open here? And are you, do you see, with just 19 players in the Canadians in the field, do you see more of a focus being on them than you would at a regular National Open?
I think you're just acutely aware of kind of the prestige of this event, kind of hearing whispers about how this event used to be viewed back in the sort of 70s and 80s. The guys used to view this, I heard people saying this used to be viewed as the fifth major.
That's right.
Yeah. By the guys back in the day, and it's amazing. We place for so much money around the world. Events kind of lose their identity and their prestige because, money can kind of, it never replaces prestige and tradition, and we should never forget that. When you come to a phenomenal event like the Canadian Open, I feel the same way about the Irish Open. We're very passionate as home national players. I've been very lucky in my career to win a lot of national opens. I won the Scottish Open, the Welsh Open, the Italian Open, the US Open, kind of Korean Open. It's nice. The French Open a few weeks ago. National championships are very, very special, and we should never forget that. Purse. Without even looking at purses, I mean the prestige and history and tradition, names on a trophy. It's great to come to a tournament like this one, which has such a strong sense of identity, and be a great one to add your name to.
Do you see that being more of a focus than you would normally on the 19 Canadians?
I'm sure the Canadian players are feeling under pressure. I certainly feel. We always feel that at the Irish Open. Even back when I was a rookie and perhaps maybe not as successful players as I am, these days. 10 years ago, I remember kind of the pressure I felt at the Irish Open and the scrutiny and the media attention, the spotlight, the fans driving you on and wanting you to play well. So there's always that extra bit of attention for a home player. So I wish the boys all the best this week.
You'll have the Northern Irish people.
Like I say, I've been pretty overwhelmed by the reception I've had the last couple of days from a lot of expats coming from Northern Ireland. I have to say, it's been amazing.
They'll take you out to one of the pubs.
Yeah, I've had a few pub recommendations, shall we say. The Queen's Head in Oakville. That's supposed to be the best pint of Guinness to this part of the world. Adam?
Hey, Graeme.
Hey.
You've had quite the year so far, 3 worldwide victories, a couple of missed cuts, 5 missed cuts the last little while as well. How do you feel right now going into a very busy stretch of golf for this year?
I feel quite good, I have to say. I feel like I've paced myself well this season. I've played less golf through June than I ever have in my career. Perhaps hurt me a little bit the US Open. I was a bit under prepared, underplayed at that point. Affected my play a little bit, but with my win at the French Open, some decent play at the British last week. I didn't quite finish the job on the weekend. I come here this week feeling fresh and well and ready, and looking forward to a busy run of golf. I'm playing 4 in a row right now, the Open Championship, RBC Canadian Open this week, over to Firestone next week, and then the US PGA. So a lot of golf, and then into the FedEx playoffs, and the week after that I'm going to get married. So I've got a busy 7 or 8 weeks coming up, shall we say, and but I'm feeling fresh and ready and motivated, and those are the important things.
Can you talk a bit about what you just said about sort of the busy schedule that has happened this time of year as far as the Open Championship and then this and then going forward?
For sure. I mean, I think especially as both a PGA Tour and a European Tour player, you know, from the U.S. Open, I typically go back to Europe, play BMW Munich, Irish Open, French Open, Scottish Open, British Open, and then, you know, with my RBC relationship, jumping straight in a jet to come here to Canada, the Firestone PGA, and into the FedEx playoffs. So I mean, it's kind of crazy, you know. And unfortunately, you got to take weeks off. You can't play every week. And events that I enjoy and love, you know, I'm kind of having to sacrifice those and pick and choose and just kind of, you got to be fresh for this run of events. You know, I'm excited to be here this week. Obviously the Open Championship last week, you know, pour a lot of preparation into that, and you know, there's a certain amount of decompression on a week like this. You feel kind of good and relaxed, and that served me well in the past. It served me well at Hilton Head early in the year. You know, after the stresses of Augusta, the weekend off, I came into Hilton Head feeling nice and relaxed, and won and played really well. So, you know, I'm hoping to be able to use that again to good advantage this week. But you know, you've got to pace yourself and you've got to be ready. The schedule is very busy, especially for a dual tour member. And you know, like I say, I'm feeling as fresh at this time of the year than I have in past years.
Have you picked a tournament for the honeymoon?
The tournament, I'm getting married the weekend of the Dunhill Links Championship back in Europe. Again, making a sacrifice there, but it's for the right reasons, you know. You know, it's you only get married once in your life, hopefully, and you know, it's obviously coming off the back of a very busy summer of golf. I've told her if I win the FedEx playoffs, it's all over. It's not the wedding's off. But I don't think that'll go down well. I'm taking 4 weeks off just to enjoy, get married and honeymoon and do all that good stuff. And I'll be back for the Race to Dubai series at the end of the season on the European Tour.
Any other questions for Graeme? All right, well, thanks for
Guys
joining
are
us
easy.
today.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Hopefully
and
we'll
best of luck
speak
this
to you at
week.
the weekend.